We're live, Clive. James. Where you from originally, James?
Batley.
Batley?
Yeah.
Batley. Good Yorkshire lad. So James, we're calling him James. He said I could call him Ginger. I think that's a bit disrespectful of a guess. This is his first appearance. He's picked his 20 questions. Someone asked me about the 20 questions, yeah? I did 3 sets of questions specifically for 3 people, and they're the same questions I'm using now.
Bit of a look at it.
So if I ask you whether you prefer wearing jeans or a dress, obviously they were some lass that I interviewed, but you're happy with that, aren't you?
I don't mind a dress.
And what did the missus tell you not to do?
Rub my eyes. Apparently I do it all the time when I'm nervous, so...
Yeah, so a little introduction from me. James was a grafter out robbing. He did all his time in prison between 15 and 21. So that's juveniles and young offenders.
Yeah.
I'm interested to find out what he took from that, but first we're going to do the 20 questions. Are you sitting comfortably?
Yep.
Yeah?
Ready.
Yeah? Don't touch your eyes.
No, it's making me think about it now.
No, listen, we'll get away, right? First question, one thing you would change about yourself?
Attitude.
Attitude now?
Oh yeah, the attitude's still there. I think it's something that you don't lose. I never had it before, but nowadays I've just got an attitude, you know what I mean? It's just come through jail, and it just don't. I don't think it ever leaves you. Like,
Well,
it could just be
that.
me. It could just be. I could just be a dick.
Does your missus tell you about it?
Oh, I know it. Like, you can't miss it. You know, like I can be out in car and you can get out, and I can just argue with anybody. You know, I can just have an argument with anyone at all. Like, I'm not picky anymore.
Is that anything to do with the Red Barnet? Do you think?
No. Do you know what? It's just me. Like, I think people are staring at me or something. Like, I can just be weird. Like
Paranoia.
That. Yeah, paranoia, depression, whatever you want to call it. I don't think that'll ever leave me, to be fair, but hopefully attitude will calm down more when I get older and older.
Hopefully. I'm going to ask you about your situation. Are you settled in life?
Yeah, definitely.
Settled
Not complete, settled.
Yeah,
happy.
settled.
Not
Kids?
Yeah, 2 kids.
So, when your kids grow up, if they see this, would you be happy for them to see this?
This is why I'm doing it. I tell my kid, like my oldest is 6, he's really switched on, but I tell him all the time about prison because I don't want him to take that path that I did, do you know what I mean? So I'll tell him, he'll never realise from me, I tell him everything that I used to do and mistakes I used to make, and I'll drill it into him as much as I can because I'll never let him make these mistakes.
Good enough. Are you religious or spiritual?
No.
Neither. Good enough. If you're in a bad mood, would you prefer to be alone or have company to cheer you up?
On my own, fishing.
Fishing, fisherman. Our lass used to go fishing a lot. She wants me to go fishing.
It's the only thing that stopped my depression. And now I haven't done it for a while because I'm a little lad. It's hard, you know, to get away from and stuff. Not to get away from. I don't want to get away from him. But you know what I mean.
You heard that, Mrs. James.
It's hard to get time to yourself, and that's where
I honestly think for relationships to work, you do need a bit of space.
Yeah, definitely.
At some point.
Absolutely.
Does your missus get space?
Nah, neither of us do.
Okay. Fair dues. What is an ideal weekend for yourself?
Spending time with kids. A bit of fishing. Nice takeaway, that'll do for me.
I'm going back to your missus now. What do you think you could do to give your missus a bit of a break?
Do you know what? I try. I tell her to go doing whatever do you know what I mean? I tell her to go out with her mates. She likes going bingo, stuff like that. She's older than me, so she likes all that.
Bingo?
Yeah, she loves it. I've been with her a few times, but...
Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. I always get on board, always winning.
Good enough. So you do try and give her some space and that.
Oh yeah,
we were quite odd. You know what? Our lass is the same.
I love being a dad. Like it's not the only thing I'm good at, but that's the best thing in my life. Like that's the only reason I'm still here now.
That's a good thing to be good at, mate.
You know
Let's face
it.
You've seen a lot of people on this channel, and you know, parenting and stuff like that. And
don't come with a manual, does it?
No, it doesn't.
It's part of the problem.
You know, kids are a product of your childhood.
Oh, definitely.
So that's your opportunity, like you say, to educate them and keep them on the straight and narrow.
No, I don't.
3 wishes right now.
More help for kids with autism.
One of your kids, youngest, yeah.
More help for young kids with counselling, bereavement, stuff like that.
that's your own personal circumstances. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. I don't know about one.
That's fine. Two will do for now. What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Do you know what? Nothing. I never had no, like, kids say they've got dreams and stuff like that. Like, for me, they were never not there. Like, no, it got drilled into me about you need to know about your future. You know, like kids do these days. They know you've got to plan for your future early. They were not like that for me.
Are you happy talking about your mum?
Yeah, of course I am.
Right, so I'm going to ask this question now because I don't always follow these, yeah? So,
yeah, no, I'm cool.
You were 13 when your mum died, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You see, if you ask me what I wanted to be when I was growing up, obviously when I was younger, I wanted to be a racing driver or ride motorbikes for a living. However, the real sort of career, what do you want to do, came sort of 14, 15, 16. But you lost your mum at 13.
My life changed from that day.
Just, you know, not just how
no,
did...
I can talk about it. I'm cool with it now. It's took me a long time, but I can, you know, like, I was a normal kid, wasn't I? Like I said, and then overnight I went from a normal kid. It was like, it's like something gets stolen. It's like your heart's gone. There's nothing there. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're empty. That's just how it feels. There's no getting away from it.
Were your mum and dad together when?
No, they were still close. They had a close relationship. There were no arguments, not like that.
You and your brothers were with your mum, and you saw your dad regularly.
Yeah, my little sister, that we've got same dad. My two brothers, they've got a different dad.
Yeah.
But they never saw their dad, obviously. But my dad used to look after them and do stuff for them. But that all wore off after my mum died, sort of thing. Everything changed from that.
So did you? How was school when your mum had gone, or did
school from the before my mum died? I'd never had detention. I'd never had nothing. But as soon as my mum died, I went straight back to school, and I was late the day. And the Mr. Kane teacher were called. They were a good teacher, to be fair, but he confronted me. Why are you late? Boof! Door just bounced straight off the wall, smashed door, and I just kicked off. And that was it, and I just walked out. But I kept going back, and it was just same all the time. It was just kicked out, fighting, kicked out, threatening teachers, kicked it. It would always say, they never wanted me there, I was a problem.
And that's why you said you wish you were more. We don't recognise, do we, as kids? Look, when my mum went, she was young, she was 38.
Mine was 37.
Which is young, innit? I was a bit older than you, because she had me when I was really young, you know, so I was like 20. However, like I say, it leaves a massive gap. And to this day, you know, that's like 40 years ago near enough. The thing I miss me, and I'm sure you do, you know, I'll go and see our lass's mum and dad when he were alive. But there's that, you know, when you talk, there's people my age who go and see the mum still.
You're jealous, aren't you? I was jealous, like, that's why I didn't, that's why, for me, jail were better. Jail were better for me, that were my, if it hadn't been for jail, I probably wouldn't be alive today. That's really, yeah, honestly, I probably wouldn't have been alive today. Like, I was depressed. It was just I didn't even know I was depressed, but I was depressed. Now looking back, I know I was.
On reflection,
yeah, but I didn't know then. Like, how does a 13-year-old, 15-year-old know that they're depressed? You know what I mean? How were you meant to know that? But yeah, I forgot what I was going to say now.
No, it's all right. We'll come back to that. We'll definitely come back to it. What's the craziest thing you've ever done for love? That's cool. Like I said, he's with somebody else, but it's good to ask, and you know, he can work.
My other relationships, the one never really loved, you know what I mean? And like, I'll ask, I've never had to do not crazy for her. She's as straightforward as they come, and she just plain sailing, really. Was it love at first sight? Yeah, definitely. It was. I don't know why. Was it for her as well? Nah, she didn't even like me. She didn't. I met her 2 days before I went to prison, but she was with her boyfriend then. She was with her boyfriend at the time. Yeah. And it was just a no-go at that moment. But then I got out and she was there again. I'd done 14 months and she was there again, and it was like, yeah, you know. A little bit older than you? Yeah, I think she's 7 or 8. She's 35. Right, oh, you don't mention the missus. You don't mention the missus' age, mate. Whoa, yeah, easy, Tiger. She won't be watching this as well. Yeah. I'm not editing that out either. Just under 30. Okay, yeah, there you go, lad. There you go, lad. Oh, I've gone back to prison. You're right, lad. Do you believe in fate or karma? Karma. I'm going to answer that for you. Obviously, you met your lass, you're together, you got 2 kids. If you put good, I do honestly believe if you put good into it, well, you get good back. If you put bad, you get bad back.
These were somebody else. How long have you known me?
Since I started watching you on other shows on YouTube.
Good
and so on.
answer, you see. I forget this. When I rock up and meet people, I have no idea what you look like. You know what I look like.
Oh, we've been watching you for ages now.
So, and so do you? For me, you know, people either they'll take you and then make their own mind up about you in life, won't they? So you've seen me, so you've made your own mind up or whatever. Yeah, I forgot about that. But that is a good. It is right, isn't it? You can't. That for me, I always relate to being a prison officer.
From first time I watched you, you could tell. You can tell the certain kind of screws, officers, whatever you want to call yourself, and you could tell you were a decent one. You might have been a dick sometimes, whatever, but you could tell you were a decent one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone can be, can't they? But you could tell you.
Listen,
what you
I have my
wanted
moments. You know what I mean?
Of course you did. We all do.
Yeah.
But you could tell you were there for the right reasons rather than what some people are there for.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And this is what
I wouldn't be here otherwise. I wouldn't have done it.
Exactly. This is what I always tell people. Yeah, be yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Be yourself. Don't try and be something you can't. What does happiness mean to you?
I don't know, mate. I haven't found it properly.
Good answer. Don't forget, you probably need to maybe take your missus out for a meal or something now.
Do you know what?
After mentioning her age. Flowers, possibly.
You know what? She don't like them. Box of chocolates.
They all said that, but you know, spontaneous. Not today, because you know that might
honestly,
be
I bought her flowers before, and if I bought her flowers, I've been up to it. So we don't do that anymore.
Okay. Okay.
We leave flowers alone.
Do you worry about what others think about you?
No, I don't care.
Obviously not. She won't be here with a lot of
I don't
people.
care anymore. I used to think all the time, like, oh, they think this, they think. I don't care anymore. I'm 29-year-old. You know what I mean? I've grown out. I care what other people think.
No, that's cool. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Do you know what? Our lass asked me this the other day, and believe it or not, it'd be fish and butter sauce.
Cod.
Yeah.
Cod
Yeah.
in parsley sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a big fan of that.
Yeah, I love it. It's my favourite meal. It is. It's first memory of a meal that I remember, like my mum cooking and stuff like that. And it were always my favourite whenever she cooked that.
I remember having it, you know, when I was younger and stuff like that. It was a bit of a treat, probably. I
couldn't even remember it. Like, to be fair, I just knew I got it and I knew I enjoyed it. So.
Oh, that's good enough. Beach or camping?
Camping.
Have you ever been camping?
Yeah, camping. Well, I go fishing, don't I? So I do night fishing occasionally and camping.
What about taking your family camping?
We haven't tried it yet with a little lad. We don't know what it'd be like, but it is something that we'd love to do. I take oldest camping. We're going to the woods just over there and we go camping. We'll make a little campfire. We're outside at river and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We do it all, yeah.
I can relate to that. Beer or wine?
Beer. But neither, to be fair, anymore.
You're not asked?
No. It don't bother me no more. I'd rather sit down and have a couple of hours on Xbox, chill out, do stuff like that.
I told you some of these questions. Jeans or dress?
Dress. Only on a Friday though.
Dark chocolate or milk?
Dark. No, milk.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee. Gotta be coffee.
Favourite takeaway?
Indian.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but not round here because they can't cook them round here. But over in Batley, Indian.
Yeah, Batley, it's like a culture in it. It's quite a strong Pakistani stroke Asian community.
Without a doubt, the best curries around. Without a doubt. We've tried them from everywhere around here. They can't cook them, so we cook them ourselves now.
Where are we now?
Skelmanthorpe.
It's so close to Huddersfield, yeah?
Yeah, it's a posh area, isn't it?
It is nice round here, countryside and that. I quite like it. So James, gonna do a life story, yeah?
Yep.
That was short and sweet. We've learnt a bit about you. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, perfect.
I'll say that. I bet you can say that, can't you?
Stay there.
Cheers.